That was, I guess we should just get used to whenever the Panthers and the Falcons cross paths, there's going to be some fireworks going on. Welcome to Believe in Panthers here on Believe Podcast Networks, brought to you by the fine folks over at Fan Duel. And
I'd love to pick.
is that me? Sorry, that was my.
Get a little space.
What is happening?
Oh, heck yeah.
I think my.
You mind if I work in with you?
Is that?
Nice.
Can you get it?
Pretty good. 6.
I'm sorry, that was me. I've got my laptop sitting here in front of me, and it's actually playing us on YouTube right now. Sorry about that. Let's restart. Welcome to Believe in Panthers here on Believe Podcast Networks, brought to you by the fine folks over at Fan Duel. Desmond Johnson in the house with the Panthers' all-time leading rusher and Jonathan Stewart. And I asked Stu, I wanted to lead off this episode because last week I actually wanted to ask the Bryce Young question. Should we be questioning Bryce Young? Can he do this? Can he do that? I think Bryce Young watched our episode because he literally went out and answered pretty much checkmark everything I was asking for last week. And I said this last year at the end of the Carolina Atlanta game that this might be the Bryce Young game that we think about, like that turned the tide. I think it was this one. I think this is the one that actually did it. 31 for 45, 448 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, quarterback rating of 123.2. It's a franchise record for yards in a game, and that's amazing in itself when you think of Cam Newton, Jake Delhomme, Steve Berline, these guys that have been here that have thrown this ball around a lot, never got to that point, 448, and it looked effortless. And plus, he was doing it on a bum ankle. He hurt his ankle early in the game, thought he might be out. Dalton came in for one play, got taped up, came back in, got it hurt again when he got stepped on in that sequence of events in the fourth quarter. But just a wild game. Carolina wins at 30-27. And now, folks, because of the power of positivity, it is November the 16th, and the Carolina Panthers are all of a half a game out of first place because Tampa lost already earlier in the day. And if we had sold you that bill back in August that Carolina will be 6-5 in the playoff hunt, half a game out of first in the NFC South. We haven't even played Tampa yet. I'm just saying. Stu, give us your thoughts, man, because you last week were kind of like, I don't know with the Bryce thing. And we'll get into some of the questions we had and how he answered them in just a bit. But just your overall take on the game, because there was things I wanted to see, and I feel like I saw them today from the Panthers.
Yeah, I think ultimately, man, the doubters out there, the questions, the question marks, they were answered today. And football is a hard game, especially when it comes to the National Football League. Every week, whoever you think is going to come in and dominate a game, whoever you think is going to be the star of the game, we're now at a point where you can't guess what's going to happen. But I will say this: kudos to Canellas, Stevers, Bryce Young, the defense, Claude and Sherless stepping in today, having a career day at linebacker position. These guys came to play, bro. And you look at the difference from this game to last week against the Saints, it's just energy. The receivers came to catch the ball, but also get yards after catch. That yak,
that was
right?
Huge today. Yes,
that yak was huge in today's success, as far as getting in position, the field position, the field goal kick there at the end, the tight ends, getting before the game I was on the radio with Jim Zoki, and I said one of my keys to the game, going in, was to get the tight ends involved. I want to see 12 personnel. I want to see those guys. I want to see Mitchell Evans. And then we got to see Jatavian Sanders pick up a huge first down there towards the end of the game. And just guys stepping up. All types of guys had a chance to touch the ball. And that's all about opening up the playbook and letting Bryce Young spin, letting Bryce Young cook. We saw it today. And I think the problem is now we're going to expect nothing but 400-yard performances from our starting quarterback. This man set a franchise record.
That's what those Wonderwall picks are supposed to do, though.
That's
I don't feel bad for expecting it. It just took 2.5 years to finally get here, and we give him a mulligan for year one. Like I think we all at this point, that was just a lost year. Last year was really his rookie year, in my opinion. And so now he should be getting comfortable. And the 448. Let's just start right there. The yards right there, because I know the first thing people are going to say is, "Oh, well, it was all yak yards after catch and stuff." One of the things we talked about last week was the fact that Bryce was kind of just throwing it like within 10 yards, like of the line of scrimmage all day. That was not today. Like he was throwing it 15, 20 yards plus downfield on dimes. Like, and he was getting his timing. Like he was getting out right as he was getting hit.
I don't even know what the stat line is, but I can tell you the yards per attempt was over 5 yards per attempt.
10. Yeah,
it was 10 yards per attempt.
Yep.
Or 10 yard. Yeah, it was 10 yards per attempt. Or 10-yard average as far as.
Oh no, 10-yard average. I'm sorry. Actually, let me go look and see what his.
It would be interesting to see what the yards per attempt were because it was just a different. It was just a different production today out of the whole entire team. At one point, this man was like throwing 80% completion rate throughout the game.
Right.
This is the game. This is the game where you knew going into this week that Atlanta Falcons watched that film from the Saints and said to themselves, the way that we're going to win the game is we're going to copy and paste what the Saints did. We're going to try to take away the running game. And they did a pretty good job. They held us to 67 yards on the ground, and they dared Bryce Young to throw the ball. And guess what? Bryce Young tapped into that Alabama Roll Tide, and he said, yeah, how about that, Falcons? Roll Tide.
I don't know where it came from, but I'm glad it happened. Like, it's something about Atlanta, something about the Falcons, because he's always played good against them. He's always had his best games. And
you know what it is? It's him taking ownership of what matters.
He did that last week in the post game. I did notice his demeanor was like angry Bryce.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
like this was a division game. I needed to be the one to lead this team to victory. And if he carries that same type of energy into the rest of the games of his career, he is going to be someone that people are afraid of because the amount of poise that this young man showed and displayed for all the haters, all the question marks, all the folks out there that don't believe in the Carolina Panthers, like we believe in the Carolina Panthers, he displayed something that I don't think there's probably maybe 3 quarterbacks in the National Football League has, and that's heart.
Yeah.
The amount of heart that he displayed, being hurt, ankle injury, it might be a high ankle injury. Who knows what that actually is, but he aggravated it over and over and over. Every time he was running, every time he got tackled, I can tell you it was getting dinged up. Mm-hmm. But you want to know what? He had grit. He bit down on his mouthpiece, and he executed, man. He made some big-time throws. I mean, T-Mac, how many receivers got a ball today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different receivers today caught a ball.
I thought it was a concentrated effort to do that today. And I meant to say it last week. It felt like it was kind of starting to turn to tunnel vision with Ted McMillan. Mm-hmm. Today, it was like Coker was active today.
Coker got active early. Mm-hmm. Trimble got active. The tight ends were Mitchell Evans had 2 receptions. Jatavian had 4. Tremaine had 2, and Rico obviously with the huge one. They're setting them up for the touchdown to give us this tie.
I still think he was in bounds. Like looking at it, like if it was a catch and they were trying to see if he caught it, they would have ruled it a catch. You know what I'm saying? Like where his foot was and where the dirt came up from when he stepped away. It came up from the green, so it's like. Yeah. He was in, but it's okay because
it don't matter now because hindsight we got that it's 30-27. So
it's crazy to me because again you've known my story. I've been hosting Believe in Panthers since 2020. So this is the first maybe the Steve Wilkes interim year was the only year I can think of where we were this late in the season and still kind of talking playoffs and just being involved in the games more than just like watching them. This is a breath of fresh air. Like I feel like David Tepper and company finally got this right, like in terms of the head coach, his style, the general manager, his mentality, his belief, and his understanding of Carolina Panthers like fabric and history and the former players and all that stuff, and bring it all in. And then the players he's brought in, like it wasn't lip service when he was like, "I want dogs. I want guys that were like former Panthers, like have that same kind of like makeup." He's brought those kind of guys in, and when Trimble got tackled off of that long catch that put them down in field goal range in overtime, when we all knew all they needed was a field goal at that point to win it, the emotion he let out when he got up, I wanted to see that. Like that was the thing I wanted to see from the end of last week. It's like, is this going to be the same old where we stumble into a win and we it's fool's gold and we're like, okay, next week we can stack some wins, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to see progression. I wanted them to I wanted to see them correct the mistakes that they had last week, recognize they were mistakes, and they did. One of the things we talked about, you're going to throw the ball like this, you got to take some shots downfield. We've got receivers. Like, we've got an offensive line. We paid for it. It's the most expensive group that we have on the whole team. Like, take advantage of it and go. And today made me feel like, okay, I don't think it was necessarily Dave Canales telling Bryce just keep everything underneath. I think Bryce was just naturally keeping things underneath and looking back on it in hindsight going, oh, I had some opportunities here. There were some things here I could have did. And today he came out with the mentality of, okay, I'm not going to just eyeball Tet. I'm looking at everything across the whole field, and I'm going to deal today. Like, I'm going to show him who Bryce Young is. And it kind of started from last Sunday's postgame where he took responsibility. He did what a quarterback's supposed to do. He took responsibility, said it was all on him. I had questions on whether or not he was the type of quarterback he could put a team on his back for the last couple of weeks. I mean, my question got answered today. Like, even if he has a bad game next week, I'm like, yeah, well, I saw what he did in Atlanta. Quarterbacks might have bad days, but the days of us going back and forth on Bryce Young in terms of should he be here?
Does he have what it takes to be an NFL quarterback, a starting quarterback, a franchise quarterback? Yeah, because he just set a franchise record. So, yes, that boy is franchise ready. And so I don't want to hear nothing else from any fans questioning anything. If you have a bad game, it's a bad game. We don't call for people's jobs. Yeah, we're not doing this. Stop doing this, people. Be smarter about your fanship here. We don't call for jobs. We can scratch our head and say, dang, what's going on over there?
There's people
hopefully they get it right next time, right? Because that's where we was at last week. It's like, dang.
What do we do?
We had it right there. The offense just couldn't execute. And guess what happened? The point of emphasis this week was, hey, we going to run the ball. And they did. They just didn't run it like they've been running it.
Right.
Because people are starting to sell out on stopping the run. And so what was the challenge last week, Desmond? The challenge was the Saints said, I dare you to pass it.
Bryce,
and guess what? The Falcons tried the same thing.
Bryce, and
it ain't work out.
This week. Yep. I'm ready for it this week. And it wasn't just like little simple things. And again, it wasn't just yak. It wasn't just him throwing little 5-yard outs and them going up the field. He was slinging it 10, 15, 20 yards downfield all day, like literally all day. It felt like it was a concentrated effort to get to that middle part of the field beyond 10, like the 10 to 25 yard away from the line of scrimmage. It answered my questions about, is he too short? Can he not see over the line? What is he seeing? Is he going too fat? No, he just had a bad game against the Saints. Saints had a good game plan. They're professionals too, and they got him out of his rhythm. And Carolina just never got in rhythm all game last Sunday. This game was kind of – it felt like they knew they could do some things, but they had to stop. The defense came up big in the second half because in the first half, Drake London and Bijan Robinson was going off. Like I think Robinson had like 95 yards right before halftime, and London, I think he had near 100 yards catching. Before and then they got both shut down. Drake London didn't even play in overtime. He got hurt like right there at the very end or something, so he wasn't even out there for Atlanta on that drive. And once we got it to overtime, I'm like, I know what they're going to do. They're going to give Atlanta the ball first, which is actually probably with the new rules is the way you're supposed to do it. Give them the ball first, stop them. So all you got to do is kick a field goal and get out of there. Like that's literally all you got to do at that point. Next score wins. Because if you get the ball first and you don't score, now you got to stop them. Like you got to stop them from scoring a field goal at least. And that means all you got to do is come down 40 yards probably, get in position, kick it and go home. And that's literally what Carolina was trying to do. And that's what they ended up doing. Trimble just broke free. I don't understand why these people at all levels of football, because I've watched high school, college, and pro this week. Why are people like thinking they can arm tackle and like just bring a grown man down with one hand, like, or just a shoulder. You know, like it's crazy. Like I'm like the people are bouncing off of the ball carriers, like everywhere I go.
It's probably obviously harder than what we expect. You know, last minute, like making business decisions out there. Look, I'm gonna mess around and break my shoulder, tear a bicep, you know, all kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But all I know is Bryce didn't care about none of that. He said, "Here, take my ankles. I don't need it. I'm still gonna go out there and win this football game, bro." If you think about it, this was like Rocky. This was like a movie. This was like a movie. If we had to write a script, this is part of the script.
Yep.
You're a starting quarterback with all the woes and all the questions going into a week of losing, coming off of a week of losing to the Saints, and you're going into another division game, an opportunity to prove to the world, to the nation, to the league that you belong and that you are a playoff team. Oh yeah, playoffs. Hey. I said it. I'm saying it right now.
Hey.
Do you believe? Yes, we do. So look, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a Rocky style type quarterback that has grit. If you ever question his heart, go watch Rocky and then put this film on. Okay.
I waved off a cart today.
He said, "Nah, I don't need that. Let's go get this check, and then I'm gonna come back.
Yeah,
and we're gonna be ready to go."
I was just like, okay,
Andy, don't get too comfortable. I'm gonna be back.
Yo, Andy Dalton looked like the most relieved person on earth when he saw Bryce Young come back out there. He's like,
I'm telling you, it was like Rocky. It was like, I just got knocked out, but I'm coming back. Don't worry. Okay, I'm seeing stars a little bit, but I just let me get the sweat out of my eyes.
And shout out to Bryce Young because Chandler Zavala like stomped on his foot on that fourth down play.
Oh man, Chandler, look, you gotta, hey man, look, you better say sorry. Look, I need Chandler Zavala. You need to be sending all types of, ice packs, desserts, whatever it is to make Bryce feel better.
Because that felt like Carolina Panther like football, the way it was going to end. Oh, this is going to end. We're going to get close to the very end, and then we're going to lose because our offensive lineman stepped on the foot of our guy.
I knew we was going
to begin with.
And remember, I saw Kirk Cousins go in that game. I knew he was going to win.
Barbecue chicken. I was thinking the same thing.
Chicken. Fried chicken at that.
Even the crowd when he walked in, they started booing him. I was like, oh man, like this is
who else you want out there?
This is your backup quarterback. Like I understand it, but he came out. I heard boo. I'm like, oh man, he got to go out here and lead a drive, like to try to win the game for y'all. Y'all are not respecting this man's character at all. But the Panthers, 30-27 win over Atlanta, and again, this sets up Monday Night Football versus San Francisco and our good friend Christian McCaffrey next Monday. It'll be the first primetime game, and I don't even know the last time we had a primetime game that was actually when was the last time we had a primetime game, period?
Sure, I don't know. They're going to have to talk about it in the media. We'll be talking about it on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's been a while, but this actually means something because San Francisco, they're fighting for their playoff lives too. This is a playoff implicating matchup coming up on Monday, and then I believe we have our bye like right after that. So it's a late bye. I mean, we're getting our bye like right after.
It's huge, man. You remember what we talked about? We said all we got to do is just be above 500 before we get to the bye.
Yeah,
and look where we at.
We get to 7-5 at the bye. I was sitting there thinking about too. I'm like, when the game started, they were like the Panthers have the toughest remaining schedule in the NFL, whatever. Because I forgot we played in the NFC West. We still got to play the Seahawks. We got to play the Rams. Both of them were 7-2 going into their game against each other tonight. We still got some. I don't know if you
towards the end of the game there. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here. One of the people here, Wade, in our comments talking about Sherless.
Oh yeah,
came in late in the game with hate on his heart. Bro, he did have hate in his heart. He smacked the boo out of Bijan on one play. And they ran a little inside zone to the left, and then it was like a typical Bijan was about to kind of break a tackle and slip through for another 4 yards, but nope. Claude said, "Bow."
Ooh, someone else, Princely, your mama yelling.
Oh yeah, Princely was at
special
this
teams.
back in too.
He calls. I think he had a couple. It felt like every time on special teams, if they did it right, you're gonna get tackled around the 22-yard line every single time. It's gonna be one dude that pops you right around the 22, and that's where the Panthers want you to start because they're gonna trick you into thinking you can run it out. And Princely, man, he was laying down wood in the special teams. Like, I don't know if he caused the fumble on that one kickoff where that Atlanta fumbled it, recovered it, and then Bryce tried to run on 4th and 1 or 4th and 4 or something like that, and was like a yard short of the first down. And then they took over deep in their territory. We ended up making them punt. And I think from that sequence, the field position changed. But I think Princely started that whole thing off on special teams. He flashed to me today. Nick Scorton.
Every week, Nick Scorton. Nick Scorton taking after Derek Brown.
Yeah. He must be hanging out with
Let me be effective like Big Bro every game.
Yeah, they must be fishing or something on the off day because it feels like he's growing. Because really the hope between the two of them, they were both 2nd round, 3rd round picks or whatever. The hope is one of them blossoms. In the NFL draft, really honestly, after the first round, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's based off your talent and who's grading your talent, the team that actually brings you in, how they use you once you get there. But you're going to have more people not live up to the expectation of where they got drafted than what do. First round picks typically, for the most part, are going to be fine or starters at least. Once you get past the 2nd round, it's kind of like finding jewels in the rough. And damn, man, there was dudes out there today that were just making plays that he picked up 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, past a couple of years. It makes me excited for the draft this year. Who's he going to find?
Right? Who else is going to join the forces of Dan Morgan and company? Yeah.
And now you get to the point where, okay, we're not laughing stocks anymore. You get to the point where vets want to come here. They're going to come play here soon. If they keep doing this,
it's just free agency about to be live, especially the way all these other teams out here acting.
Man, they don't want to pay nobody. Nobody wants to pay anybody.
Hey, Browns, y'all like Myles Garrett next year?
How do you have 6 quarterbacks and not have any? That's literally Cleveland's whole situation.
You said how you got 6 quarterbacks, but you don't got one.
You ain't got one. None of them. They ain't got one. They can't figure it out. Dylan Gabriel. It's like something they don't want Shedeur Sanders to play.
Right.
I don't know what they see during the week, but it can't be worse than what they're putting out there at quarterback. And they've got a top 10 defense on top of all this too, which makes it super frustrating, but also makes it super Cleveland. My in-laws are from Cleveland, so I get it. That sounds like Cleveland.
So we a half a game.
Half a game. Because we haven't had our bye yet. Tampa Bay 6-4. We're 6-5. In theory, next week at this time, well, by the end of Monday night, if we win and Tampa loses, we will be sitting on top of the NFC South probably for the first time since 2019, 2018, something like that, probably.
Bro, we was down. Carolina was down 12 or 21-7. Everybody's sitting at their house in the stands, quiet, like it's a church service. It is Sunday, right? It is Sunday. Games are played on Sunday, so hallelujah. But then Bryce gets hurt, right? Gets nicked up a little bit, right?
I'm in my living room like this, oh no, oh no. Okay, let's just see.
And then basically he said, "Hold my communion juice." He said, "Hold the cart, hold the crutches, hold everything, hold on. Help is on the way."
Yeah. Hey,
do you have faith? I have faith. Do you have faith?
What does that do to you? Faith. If you're an offensive player or a defensive player for the Panthers and you just saw your starting quarterback go out and have to go to the back, what does it do for y'all when you see him come back out there?
We juice.
Get me in.
We are juice right now.
Let's go.
He you know what this is? We are watching Bryce Young become. He is becoming.
This was the game. I think this was the
he's becoming.
And it just now the trick is, and like you said, people now do it next week. Throw 400 yards next week. Can you do it next week? That's going to be the narrative online.
But that shouldn't be the narrative, Desmond. You know that. I know that.
For us,
it was 448 yards that was needed to win this game. But guess what? Next week, y'all better stop the pass. And you know what that's going to do? Open up the run.
Yep. Let's get Rico back involved again because y'all been trying to put 9 in the box on us the past 2 weeks and oh no, but Bryce can actually throw over top of this. Okay, so now what do we do? What do we stop it now? So in the rushing game to that point, they only rushed for 67 yards today. Rico 19 carries, 45 yards. They basically sold out to try to stop Rico. And today Rico was like, "No, I'm gonna get these 3 yards." like every time, I was like, "I know what y'all trying to do."
I know. Hey, I might not get 7, but I'm gonna get 3.
You gonna feel it too.
I'm gonna get 3, and you know what? You gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt
feel it
on one day.
Look, I've had games like this, bro, where it was you just gotta keep it turning. You gonna have 2.7 yards per carry in this game, Jonathan, but you got to make them feel it. Okay,
we needed them all. We needed them all. Like he had some clutch. It felt like they'd run it with him, you get 3. They run him again, they get 3. That makes it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, as opposed to 3rd and long like they were in last Sunday. And that was a huge difference because they're pretty good converting 3rd downs. Like if Bryce is cooking, they're not bad at doing. That's kind of his thing, converting those 4 or 5 yard like that's we already know we can do that. So they were in that all day today. I've noticed they've been using ETN a lot more in these running back packages too. With Rico out there, like they have a package with him and Rico where they do a little thing where ETN is to the right of Bryce. He'll go in motion to the right. He'll come back to the left and go around both of them and circle around the back of them. And then he goes back down to the right, and then they hike the ball. And they did it like a couple of times. I'm like, okay, it's some kind of set they have where they must be doing multiple things out of it. But it starts off with ETN in motion doing that thing. And it was a nice little creative wrinkle because I'm noticing more and more teams doing that motion, almost like arena football, where like I thought this used to be illegal. I thought you couldn't do this. And I see
it just really gets the defense to hesitate to show you man is on. And so it just helps you with the quarterback's reads pre-snap.
Well, now I'm seeing like they're sending receivers like out. It's like you don't have to set. Like before, I thought when you go in motion, you still got to set. Now you can still be in motion. They hike the ball, and it's like receivers are just going as they go, and it's making it where they're already running. And like I thought that was illegal, but clearly it's not because everyone does it.
You're not moving towards the line of scrimmage, right? You're not moving towards the line of scrimmage. They used to teach you just like kind of trot along. But I mean, really and truly, if you can just teach guys to be smart enough to just not go until the ball snapped, and you know the hike, you know the cadence and all that, you just play ball, man.
Fluid. Yeah, it looks like they're doing it right at the same time. That's why my mind is sitting there watching it. Like that looks like arena football, where like they can get like a 10-yard head start. They can just start running, and then they hike the ball as long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage. It kind of looks like that. And Atlanta was doing a lot of that today, where they'll send like somebody out wide, and they'll just keep going, and then they curve out into their route as the ball's getting snapped. And I'm seeing a lot of people doing that across the league, and Carolina's starting to do that a little bit too, which I enjoyed.
You know what today was?
What?
I'm gonna give you a Marvel
I'm here for this.
decode here.
I'm a Marvel nerd. Let's go.
So this was Bryce Young basically saying, I'm restoring order in the NFC South. Yeah. I'm restoring order here. Okay. Wakanda forever. I am the new king. I am the new king.
Let's go.
That's what it was today, ladies and gentlemen. Wakanda forever.
Did you see him when he came in for the press conference today? He still can't all happy-go-lucky, limping in. Oh, hey guys, how's everything going? Like, like he ain't do nothing. Like, I'm just like,
that's the new king. Yeah, he's used to it.
Yeah, he's
mannered, good dude, good guy. Yeah.
And now you can stack on this. Like you can stack on something like this because now you're going to be in a national spotlight next week. Now you're on Monday Night Football next week.
Monday Night Football. You traveling too?
Ain't no other game on but you. Like, and you're playing San Francisco. Like at San Francisco. Like this is going to be a game that you're playing against Christian McCaffrey. Like they're going to build all these narratives up, national media wise, when we get closer to that game. I am. Ryrie, I think it says on here, says Shador just went in. So Shador Sanders, we just talked to the existence or something.
Hold on, what's the score of that game?
Hold on, I got my thing up right here.
I got it. It's 16-10. Oh, so Shador just went in, and they got the lead.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So, hey. Magical positive things happen here in Believe in Panthers. We was rooting for Shador. We were just talking about Shador. Yeah, let him play. Like as soon as we start talking about him, like the coach, like you know what?
Dylan must have got hurt. Okay, so Shador is 2 for 2, 12 yards. Okay.
Okay, so we'll check them out. We'll check out and see what they do. And you still got Lions, Eagles later tonight, and some scores from earlier today. The reason why we're all happy, besides our win, the Bills beat the Bucks 44-32.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. Six
Listen,
touchdowns from Josh Allen. It's another
the Bills ain't got no defense.
No,
and neither do the Buccaneers though. Apparently,
good, because that makes me feel better because we about to see them twice in like a 4-week span coming up.
But Desmond, the one thing that we have to get better at is pass rush. We have to find it. We have to have it. We have to get it.
I was yelling that all day. Get to him, get like at my TV, like, and they'd force the pocket, they squeeze it, and
they squeeze it every time
a little bit until you got hurt. But we need. That's the major thing in the offseason, I think, coming up. Dan's going to find a middle linebacker. Although Trevor Wallace, he was hurt today. That's why Churlis was in. Trevor Wallace has been flashing, but I think he might, if there's a middle linebacker that falls in his lap in the first round, I think Dan's going to go get one. And then he's going to get a pass rush. He's either going to get pass rush in through free agency or early in the draft. That's going to be top priority, I think.
You know what? This one here is for the Atlanta Falcon fans out there. The last several years, y'all been on the cusp of trying to figure it out. But it seems that these Carolina Panthers just keep getting in the way.
Swept.
We just
swept the team for the first time in
since 2013.
Yeah. Well, for them, I'm just saying in general. I think it's the first time we swept the team probably since 2017 or something.
You know what I'm saying? Since 2013.
Oh, is that
this is the first year
we swept? Wow. So Cam Newton's third year in the league was last time we swept.
Hold on, let me see this. Let me see what it was. I could be wrong.
I know we hadn't swept the Falcons since it was a while back. Like they said 2012, 2013, something like that. I remember them saying that on the TV. But I mean,
all right, no. This is the first time since 2013 since we swept the Falcons.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know the last time we swept just a team, anybody in our division. Like I probably 2017 we went to the playoffs. That was the last time we went to the playoffs. So I assume we swept somebody got swept in there. I don't know who it was, but so the Bucks lost, and before we get into anything else, actually, let me do the because we're about to get out of here anyway. Let me do the Fan Duel bet here, and we usually do the Monday night game after we do our post game on Sunday, and the Monday night game is Dallas versus at Las Vegas. And I'm just the line is Dallas is only favored by 3.5. What? Why is Dallas only favored by 3.5? Aren't the Raiders really bad? Well, let me go check this out. Because
man, look, the Raiders are the Raiders, and apparently they should be better than what they are.
That sounds about right.
But that's been the narrative for the existing franchise.
20 years. That sounds right. They should be better than they are, but no, they're actually they're 2-7. Yeah. So
if I was a betting man, I would be betting with my heart here. I want the Dallas Cowboys to feel all the bad things this year because Jerry Jones is tripping.
He did okay on trade deadline. He kind of threw that thing out, and then they actually did bring in some talent to help with the rush, I guess. But they're 3-5-1. They've lost 2 straight.
I am on the bandwagon of this is not America's team anymore.
Who would you say is at this point? Is it Kansas City?
It's Kansas City. Yeah.
Was it New England before that?
It was New. I don't know. There was a lot of people that hated on New England.
A lot of people hated Dallas. So it's I'm kind of you kind of got to have that both going on, right? It's kind of like Duke.
Yeah, maybe we pose this question to the viewers: who is America's team? Is it Kansas City? Is it the Buffalo Bills? People want. I think people cheer for Buffalo more than they cheer for Kansas City.
I think Kansas City got a lot of bandwagon fans.
Because they win, right? But how many people want who wants to see the Buffalo Bills be successful?
I don't know if I would say I want them to be successful. It wouldn't hurt me. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. If they won the Super Bowl, like some other teams, if some other teams won, I'm oh man, I'm rooting against them. I root against New England in the Super Bowls when they played. I did not care for them, which makes it all the more worse that Bill Belichick's coach my North Carolina.
You was a straight up hater.
Oh, for sure. I have no love for Bill Belichick or the Patriots or anything. Josh McDaniels, anybody's had anything to do with that.
Yeah, hate in your heart, let it out.
Yeah, yeah. I am the hate when it comes to New England. That would be my wrestling name, the hate. I'd come down and just be like, hate on my
What number?
spandex, whatever.
What number would you have?
Oh gosh, 5. No, number 5.
The hate number 5.
I'd have my own theme song and everything, like pyro going off behind me. Like, oh, here comes the hate. Here he comes.
Smoke.
Here he comes. Watch out for the hate. Now I don't know if there's any other team. Maybe the 49ers or none of them fit. Like none of them fit to be
America's team. You know what? This is the definition of America's team. Delusion.
Yeah. There you go. That's actually, I guess it is Dallas. It probably
You have to be delusional. So it will remain Dallas.
You can hold on to that. You can hold on to that crown because you're right. You got to have a little bit of delusion with it. Like everybody loves us. We're America's team. Like
nobody likes you.
No, I don't even know back in the 60s when y'all first started saying it, or the 70s. I don't know if that was exactly the case. You could make a case for Pittsburgh too, I guess. But yeah, I guess it's still Dallas. But yeah, going back to the Fan Duel bet. Again, Dallas, Las Vegas. It's Monday night football, and Dallas is only favored by 3.5 right now. The over/under is 49.5. Dallas can score. I don't know if Las Vegas can. They do have
it's in Vegas.
Yeah,
and it's a very similar feel and scope of a football dome. And Cowboys gonna feel like they're at home, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's probably more Cowboys fans in the stands than Raiders fans.
And what's going to happen is that boy Ashton Ginty is going to have his moment.
They do have a 5-leg same game parlay on here. We've mentioned them before. 5 big play threats to find the end zone in Vegas on Monday Night Football. It's CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Ashton Ginty, and Brock Bowers, the tight end that they got. That's nice with the Raiders. Of all 5 of them scored touchdowns on Monday night, it pays out. It's at plus 40.44. $10 wager would pay $404.44. Over 1,400 people have already placed that bet already. So you can find that at FanDuel's.
Pickens ain't scoring. They're going to lose this game because Dak going to feel pressured to make CD the guy. And he going to throw some picks.
Cowboys just need
to. He's going to do some crazy stuff that game.
Steven needs to sit Jerry down in the offseason and be like, all right, Pops, it might be time. Why don't you go and hand this over to me? And Jerry's like, no. I'm die the general manager of the Cowboys. This is my life. I
built this. I built all this.
It's all mine. It's all mine. And then they'll go 5-11.
I brought you into this world. I'll take you out, boy.
I'll go 5-12, and they'll be like, well, it is what it is. But before we get out of here, our midweek show will be on. Usually Believe posts them on Wednesday morning, so it'll probably be up around midweek. And maybe we'll get a little more into that America's team question, because I might need to sit on that and just kind of think who would be good nominees for America's team, like currently the 2025 and beyond.
There has to be a lot of delusion, though.
It's got to be a lot of delusion. You got to have a rabid fan base. You got to win. You do have to win. When the Cowboys did get this moniker, they were winning Super Bowls in the 70s.
Maybe it's the Giants.
No, I hate the Giants. I don't really hate the Giants. I just don't really have a feeling for them. Like I hate the Patriots.
There's no other team like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and it's kind of their own doing. Like they do that on purpose. Like even when they're not winning, we're still talking about them right now. They're 3-5-1 or whatever, and national media is gonna be talking about them tomorrow. Like it just maybe they are America's team. All right. Well. Guess we answer our own question here. What you want to get out of here with here? As we ride the vibes of a 30-27 overtime win, where all facets, special teams, defense, and offense kicked in for the Panthers, and Bryce Young went out and had himself a career day. Your final thoughts here on this maybe season changing win?
Sorry, I'm texting a group chat full of buddies about the Panthers right now.
Hey, and people like talking about it when they win. Like I'm gonna go back and watch the highlights here in just a bit, just to feel good about it. Like Victory Monday in Carolinas. I've said this to a friend before. We don't get it very often, but whenever we have like a really good, especially pro team, like if it's the Panthers or It's been a long time. The Hornets. The Hurricanes don't really count because they're in Raleigh and it's hockey, so it's not exactly the same. But even the Hurricanes have been good past couple of years, so we've had things to cheer for. But when the Panthers give us something to cheer for, the city of Charlotte and the state is just different. Like you see more Panthers hoodies out. Like I've literally had 4 or 5 different people randomly. If I wear my Panthers hoodie out on Victory Monday, they'll stop me at the gas pump. They'll stop me in the grocery store. Like, hey, what'd you think about that win yesterday? What'd you think they're going to do with Bryce next week? What'd you think about Rico? But like, they'll just sit and start having conversations with me, like in the middle of Walmart or whatever. Whereas when we're losing, don't nobody want to talk about the Panthers. Like everybody keeps their heads down. They talk about other teams, other things. I'm gonna mow the yard today instead of watch this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a whole vibe. It's
a whole different vibe, man.
I love it.
I got a dad joke before we get out of here.
Here we go.
All right. What did the Carolina Panthers bring to Atlanta on November 16th, 2025?
What?
A broom to sweep the Falcons, baby! And we out. Believe.
I don't know why I felt that. Like, I literally like, what is it? I don't know. Like, oh man, like, yeah, you got me. Damn. So we're on that note. That's a mic drop, I guess. So we're gonna leave it right there. Panthers 30, Falcons 27. Come back for our preview midweek. Panthers 49ers, which has now become the biggest game in the Panthers season to date. Can they take the lead in the NFC South, depending on what happens with Tampa next week, or just keep pace with them? We got a division race going on in the middle of November, y'all. Like Thanksgiving coming up like next 10 days or something. We're in the middle of a division race. Like,
oh yeah.
I just want to keep it right there. We're gonna end it right there.
End it.
What else can we say? Hey, for the Believe Podcast Network, you can find this episode on all major podcast platforms, and of course, go check out and rate and subscribe, and go to and subscribe to the Believe in Panthers playlist. It's on the Believe YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Believe. So anytime we come on a new episode, it'll alert you on your phone. It does it with mine all the time, so that you'll see we're on. You can get on and you can check out a brand new edition of Believe in Panthers. We'll be back middle of the week to preview Panthers 49ers. So for Jonathan Stewart, this is Desmond Johnson. You've been watching and listening to the Believe in Panthers podcast here on Believe Podcast Networks, brought to you by the fine folks over at Fan Duel. Keep pounding.